Today, we're uncovering a story that reminds us how terrifying it can be when danger lurks where you least expect it. Imagine a young woman full of dreams and ambition, working tirelessly to expose hidden truths on her college campus. But someone is watching her from the shadows, waiting for the moment to take everything from her. This is the tragic story of Brooke Baker and Erica Norman, two promising young women whose lives were stolen far too soon. Brooke Baker, a bright future. Brooke Elizabeth Baker was born on April 24, 1978, to Morris and Janet Baker in Vincennes, Indiana. She grew up in a loving household with her younger brother, Brown. From a young age, Brooke stood out for her intelligence and ambition. Though her parents hadn't pursued higher education, they instilled in her a love for learning and a drive to achieve greatness. Vincennes, a historic town with a population of about 18,000, was known for its strong community and religious roots. However, it wasn't immune to crime, and many unsolved cases haunted the local law enforcement. Despite the challenges of living in a modest-income household, Brooke dreamed big. She aspired to leave Vincennes, pursue a career in journalism, and work for prestigious outlets like Rolling Stone. Her determination and passion were evident early on, as she contributed articles to her high school newspaper and later enrolled in the journalism program at Vincennes State University, a fearless journalist in the making. Brooke quickly made her mark in the journalism department, contributing to the university newspaper. The Trailblazer. She wasn't afraid to tackle controversial topics, and her goal was to become an investigative journalist who exposed injustices. Known for her charisma and confidence, Brooke was both admired and envied. Her ambition extended far beyond her peers. While most students listed a few career aspirations, Brooke confidently shared 25 goals, including becoming a senator or congresswoman. Her unwavering belief in herself inspired others, but it also made her a target for jealousy and skepticism. In her sophomore year, Brooke decided to investigate troubling allegations surrounding a prominent campus fraternity. The fraternity was notorious for its wild parties, but whispered accounts suggested something far darker, a culture of exploitation and abuse. Brooke aimed to expose the truth and give a voice to the victims who were too afraid to speak out. The investigation that changed everything. Brooke's investigation began in the spring of 1997, and she quickly made connections with individuals tied to the fraternity. Her roommate at the time, Jason, was a member and proved to be a valuable source of information. One Thursday night, Brooke and her close friend Shauna, another editor of the university newspaper, attended one of the fraternity's infamous parties. They were joined by Brooke's supportive brother, Brown. While mingling, Brooke subtly gathered information and secured contact details for a young woman who claimed she had been assaulted by a fraternity member. However, Brooke's inquiries didn't go unnoticed. Members of the fraternity became aware of her investigation and began issuing threats. Some warned her to stop digging, while others suggested she could face severe consequences. A new beginning, or so she thought. Despite the threats, Brooke remained undeterred. She moved out of her shared apartment with Jason and into her own place near campus. Her new home, located near her classes and across from the journalism lab, seemed ideal. The property was owned by a local police officer, providing her with a sense of security, but the threats didn't stop. One summer day, while visiting a friend's house, a car filled with men pulled up. They shouted warnings, telling her to drop her investigation or risk her life. Brooke remained resolute, determined to uncover the truth. The night that shattered everything. On the evening of September 6, 1997, Brooke spent her day working on her investigation and socializing with friends. A campus security officer saw her heading home around 1 a.m., accompanied by another student. That was the last time she was seen alive. The next day, her brother Brown stopped by her house. When she didn't answer the door, he used his key to enter. Inside, he found the bathroom sink filled with water and towels scattered around. Thinking she might be in the shower, he knocked on the bathroom door, but it was empty. In her bedroom, Brown made a horrifying discovery. Brooke was lying lifeless on her bed. Overwhelmed, he called 911. The investigation begins. By the time police arrived, the scene was secured. But word of Brooke's murder spread quickly through the campus and to her devastated parents. Detectives found evidence suggesting the killer had tried to clean the scene. 2 bottles of dish soap were emptied into the kitchen sink, and a bottle of bleach was found near the bathroom. However, traces of DNA were still present. Brooke's body bore multiple stab wounds, and she had been sexually assaulted. Forensic experts collected DNA evidence from the scene, cataloging it as sample 137F. The hunt for the killer detectives interviewed hundreds of students and collected over 100 DNA samples, but none matched sample 137F. They even questioned Brooke's former boyfriends, fraternity members, and her landlord, but every lead ended in disappointment. As weeks turned into months, the case went cold. Brooke's family was left heartbroken, tirelessly advocating for justice and keeping her memory alive through community events and media outreach. A chillingly similar case. 2 years later, on July 5, 1999, police were called to another apartment near Vincennes University. A neighbor had discovered blood spatters and water running in the bathroom of 21-year-old Erica Norman's home. Erica was a student at the university, studying foreign languages and broadcasting. Like Brooke, she was ambitious and well-loved. Inside her apartment, police found signs of a violent struggle. Blood stained the walls, and the scene bore eerie similarities to Brooke's case. However, Erica's body was missing. Connecting the dots, detectives learned that Erica had last been seen getting into the car of Brian Jones, a former Vincennes University student. Jones had a history with both Brooke and Erica. He had lived with Brooke's former roommate and was a familiar face on campus. Under questioning, Jones admitted to driving Erica home, but claimed she fell asleep watching a movie. He provided a DNA sample, which matched sample 137F. Jones was arrested for both murders, and days later, Erica's body was discovered in a cornfield near the Wabash River. Justice served in court. Brian Jones pleaded guilty to Erica's murder and was sentenced to 60 years in prison. He denied killing Brooke, but the DNA evidence told a different story. He received life without parole for her murder. Years later, Jones wrote a letter of apology to Brooke's family, but his words could never undo the pain he caused. A legacy of loss. Brooke Baker and Erica Norman were young women with bright futures, stolen by a man who thought he could evade justice. Their stories serve as a stark reminder of the importance of perseverance in the pursuit of truth. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more true crime stories.